right. So something weird happened to me last night, and my girlfriend, or wherever she's at, could go through this weird shit. My brother's yelling. We were sitting there, laying down, like sleeping. We were out cold, both of us. It's hot in here, but all of a sudden, my keyboard, like we both wake up to our keyboard, going, like typing individual like letters. So all you hear, I'm asleep, but my keyboard's not that loud. It sounded
Oh shit.
like
Okay.
that, but it was like really, really fucking loud. Like it was one of those like loud like tapping ones. One of those,
Yeah, like a mechanical keyboard.
yeah, it was super fucking loud. It was right next to our head, and we're like, "What the fuck was that?" So me and her both wake up. And she's like, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yep." And she's like, "Where's the dog at?" I'm like, "At our feet." she's like, "Great." And like, "Yep." And she's like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I'll sleep in the living room. Go ahead and go take a nap in the living room." She's like, "I don't want to go to the living room." I said, "All right, well, I'm going to the living room. So hope the demons don't grab you. Good night."
Fuck these ghosts.
And so so in the middle of this terrifying experience, I pull out my phone and I type in um these words as you're not gonna find it. I found this hilarious. I was sitting there and I was just like making like stupid beats and
Mm.
rapping horrendously, and then I came to the conclusion of exorcism gangster rap.
Oh Lord.
So 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 I was sitting there and I'm like fucking church is boring. I'm like they don't have any good like exorcism music. I said you can't go to the church because I was talking shit about the church like radio stations where it's like oh praise be to God. And I was like that's fucking lame. I want to hear some get the fuck out of my house you busted ass ghost.
Wow.
Or I'm gonna call my homie Jesus to kick you some shit. And I was like, how funny would that be if that was like exorcism music and you could play that over like your speakers and it kicks ghosts out for you?
Jesus.
It's like a
That would
radio.
be wild.
It's just ghost gangster rap. Be amazing. So like Ghostbusters, but gangster rap music. So that was something I thought was hilarious. And I made a rap yesterday, but I can't remember because I didn't write it down. But it was pretty solid. Not gonna lie. So yeah, ghosts.
Ghosts.
Exorcise them or not? That's the real question. And then that
Well,
was that was my joke.
I don't know. I don't know.
You think gangster
Does a
rap?
rap
You think
exorcism?
you think you think gangster rap would be effective against ghosts?
I don't
Like
know. I don't know how the
like
magics work.
like plus 20 damage to ghosts.
You paladin now? The rapping paladin?
Plus 20 damage due to ghosts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now I have to make a D&D character based on this idea.
Plus 20
Is
damage to
it's gonna have
demons.
to be a paladin and a bard together, or a bard cleric or something that can turn undead with music.
We call him Mr. Buster Rhymes.
I don't know about that.
I don't play D&D.
Sure,
I
I
have
can
no
find a.
idea.
Sure, I can find a name.
Better than that one.
Yeah.
So, do you collect anything weird?
Do I collect? No,
You don't collect anything? Do you collect
I don't
anything?
really. Not really. No.
Well, I was expecting some more interesting topics to that. So,
No.
I don't collect anything yet, but actually, no, I do. I collect guns. My desk is still being held up by about 1,000 shotgun rounds, slugs, or whatever you want to call them.
Well, it depends on what's inside of the shell.
Buckshot and slugs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wouldn't call them all slugs then.
Pretty aggressive. But yeah, I have I got like these big boxes like this from a place by my house that sells bullets. And they're pretty cheap, so I bought like a a lot of them.
I
Pretty
used
cool.
to collect basketball cards, but I never really. I stopped after a while, and then I sold all of them, and I never really got into collecting anything after that.
Well, so something I wanted to collect. I have two things I want to start collecting. One of them is gonna be like cool alcohol bottles.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, well, I don't drink, but I think some of the bottles are pretty dope.
Go look for
So,
some Kraken. They have pretty cool bottles.
let's look it up. Oh,
Yeah.
Kraken.
Kraken. Yeah, it's a type of spiced rum.
Kraken Spice Rum. Why does this look like a gas tank? Like a fuck? That's not a what the fuck? Oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, just like looks like an old school rum bottle, and the art on their labels is pretty neat.
Yeah, look at that squid looks high off his ass. They sell their rum by the 5-gallon bucket.
Oh, Sailor Jerry, they don't have like their bottle design's not the coolest, but they have like pretty cool art on the inside of their labels that you
Did
see
you
from the back, or if you drink it.
did you hear me?
What's that?
They sell their alcohol by the 5-gallon buckets.
5 gallon buckets of
Look at the
Kraken.
yeah, look at the chat.
What chat? What the fuck?
5-gallon buckets. Are
That says
you an
crab
alcohol?
and that says
Are you?
crab and shrimp. I don't know if that's the same brand.
Oh, it's not
I don't know.
made
I
in the
don't-
United States. $156. What's it? What is it? Nectar of the Gods. I think it is an alcohol, dude. It says their manufacturer is Nectar of for the Gods.
Oh,
I can't imagine that being actual shrimp from Oregon's only. One of their newer products from which
yeah,
really helps drink.
this is a different brand. This isn't the alcohol. It's a
What is it?
digested crab and
Oh
shrimp shell
no, it's
product
not.
developed
No,
to
it's
aid
not.
in strengthening plant stems and flower
Yeah.
sides.
Oh,
It's plant food.
did someone just scream? There's someone to scream. I don't know. Okay. Well, I was like sitting there. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's a pesticide. Okay. Anyway, moving forward. There were some few alcohol bottles I liked that were pretty cool. Let me see if I can find them. Cool alcohol bottles. It sounds like a child. What does cool alcohol look like? One
Yeah.
beer, please.
This is like you base all of your drinking decisions based on what the bottle looks like.
Well, I think fuck. Who was it? Well, it was an artist who recently. I guess it was like his 50th birthday or some shit, and I guess he's like this one's cool. It's called fuck Nick. Ah, shit. Nikka whiskey. Look at that real quick. I'm not gonna say the word because my pronunciation is trash.
Okay, I see why you wouldn't. It's probably pronounced like Nika,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But my pronunciation is shit, so we're not gonna.
I understand. No need to slip your tongue. That is a cool bottle though, the samurai on top.
Dope ass bottle. $200 though.
It is pretty expensive. Like the one that doesn't have the samurai on top is like $125, even without like the ornamental
Yeah,
stuff going on.
you need the ornamental stuff. That's what I'm. That's I want cool bottles.
Yeah, you don't care about the alcohol, man.
Yeah, I don't drink. I'm not buying your product because it's good. I'll tell you that right off the
Yeah.
bat. Oh, they got this one too. Yamato Samurai Edition whiskey. It has like a giant like statue. I don't know if it's giant, but it's pretty looks pretty big. Are you the ages 21 and older? No, of course not. I'm 20. Bitch, just let me buy your alcohol.
Just let me buy your alcohol.
One alcohol, please. $74 is not bad. Is this a statue? It's a the fuck?
What is happening?
Are you hearing it?
I heard something.
Sounds
We
like
have a storm about to happen here.
it sounds like people are dying in the other room. Hey, if you're dying, keep it fucking down, please. Die in silence. Thank you.
Die in silence.
Don't make it everyone's problem, you know? But the Yamato Samurai Edition looks pretty dope.
I'm dying. That sounds like a you problem.
The guns are in here. I'm safe. Maybe it's a storm. Hold up, I'll be right back. Because either these bastards are making too much fucking noise, or someone's being brutally murdered in the other room. I'll be back. Is everything okay? Ugh. So two things, ironically enough. One of them is it's storming outside. The other issue is the dogs were arguing. So,
The dogs were arguing.
well, they were fighting, but
Yeah, I know what you meant, but still, it's funny.
gotta put it in a little bit of respectful. Can you close this door for me, sweetheart? Yeah. Thank you. I got a pug, by the way. I don't know if I told you that. Did I tell you that?
A pug?
We almost hit it with our fucking car.
Oh shit!
So me and my brother were coming home from work, and there's this dog just casually, like prideful as fuck, just kind of walking across the fucking street. And my brother talking shit, he's like, "I'm gonna fucking hit this dog. I'm gonna hit this dog." And he speeds the car up as a joke. Well, we didn't get that the dog was dumb enough to walk in front of a car, so we slammed on the fucking brakes, and I think I got whiplash. And our brother's like, "Get the fuck out of the car and grab the dog." And I'm like, damn, all right, we're in a busy fucking intersection. Your car's whizzing by, honking their fucking horns and just being like cunts. And I'm like, really? Really? And they're like, you know, like just cars going by, being dicks. So we grab the fucking dog by his little collar and chuck him into the fucking car. And then we take off, we go back around into the neighborhood. And we started knocking on people's doors. We wanted to see if anyone was looking for their fucking pug, because pugs aren't cheap. Right? There's no collar, there's no leash, there was nothing on this fucking dog. No name tag, no nothing. So we start going to the neighborhood, like hoping like some kids were like out there looking for the dog. Maybe the dog just took the fuck off running or some dumb shit. Nobody. Yeah. We stopped a couple people that were standing outside. Nothing. No idea what we're talking about. No dog. You know, go fuck yourself kind of shit. So okay. So the next day we took the dog down to the pound to see if he was chipped. Not chipped. I'm like, fantastic. So then we ask him, hey, we don't really have anywhere to keep this dog. Are you guys willing to take him into your guys' shelter? No, not really. Excuse me? No, we're not really at capacity to take dogs right now. What are we supposed to do with this fucking pug? I don't know. I guess it's your problem. They close. It's kind of like, okay. So now we got a pug, and his name's Stinky. So that's his name because he smells like shit.
How fucked up is that we're still seeing the repercussions of like dog adoption and stuff during COVID affecting shelter capacities and just in general shelter capacities being maxed for so long?
Do you think it'd be weird for I guess I'm partial. I don't think I'm a Japanese enough to own these bottles. No, not like that. I just think like having like a bunch of like Japanese ornaments in my house would just give off the wrong idea. Because I'm Mexican, man.
Larry, you fetishizer.
My last name's Baka, so Baka Gaijin.
It's like you got kicked out of Japan and they named you guys idiots.
Well, no, so I did so funny enough, I did some backgrounds, like history on my family tree to kind of find out like where we come from, like, you know, the Baka family tree or whatever. And we kind of look, you know, we go looking, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know, that's cool. And then it's like, oh, by the way, your family was knights back during the time when Spain invaded fucking what is now Mexico. I'm like, oh, that's pretty aggressive. Okay, you know, we're warriors. Ooh, you know, I'm important. Shit, right? And then come to find out that the second, like a couple of months after we got here, my family, like, I guess we were a lot larger than we are now. You'll find out why. We decided that we're far enough away from Spain that it would take them forever to send troops back. So we're going to go ahead and take over what is now Mexico and kind of make it our own. One thing led to another. When we got fucking massacred for going against the Spanish Empire. So we fled into what is now the United States.
So
some scumbags. My family's always been scumbags, it seems. Bastards. So I was like, you dirty motherfuckers, how dare you come over here on the fucking on their dollar? I'm like, you know what? We're doing all the work.
Traitors to the Spanish Empire, all of you.
We killed all the natives. We might as well get some of the bounty from it. And it's like, you fucking idiots. And the Spanish Empire wasn't a huge fan of that. and then they brutally murdered a lot of us. And then so we fled like a bunch of pussies. I'm like, you bastard should at least stayed and fought something.
Well, to be fair, they probably were fans of the murder part, but they just didn't like that you did it without their permission.
No, they had the permission, but they were gonna basically succeed from what is now Spain, or I guess it was
Oh,
Spain
okay.
then. So they were gonna take over Mexico as like our empire instead of the Spanish Empire, and the Spanish found out about it and they weren't too happy about it. So
Gotcha. So they were cool with the murder, just not
but yeah,
taking the
they
stuff
were
from
they
there.
were they were perfectly okay with the murder. The other stuff where we said fuck you was the part they weren't huge fans of, and brutally murdered. So I'm like,
See,
oh,
empires don't care about violence. They only care if you pay your taxes.
as long as you're paying your dues, they
We
don't
don't care how
care.
evil you are.
But yeah, and it's like I'm like, well, what a bunch of idiots. But these bottles are pretty dope. I kind of like these, but like I said, I think decorating my house with a bunch of Japanese bottles of whiskey would probably. Damn, I guess it's a storm. It's loud. You hear that shit?
So people, no, I don't hear it from my end.
Do you think it'd
But
be
yeah,
weird? I think they're pretty dope looking because they got that one and then they got this one down here.
I don't think it would necessarily be weird.
I'll get some fucking tequila fucking bottles too and call it even. So anyway, I want to start collecting alcohol bottles. That was what the whole topic was. And then I wanted to start collecting some like the Star Wars shit to set up in my room, like lightsabers and stuff.
Mhm.
Because my favorite character in that series is Count Dooku, and he has that kind of cool lightsaber. It's kind of like that.
Count Dooku is your favorite character?
You don't like him?
Why is it's
He's
just a
such a
weird one.
well, he's such a badass. What do you mean? He was just like sitting there fucking up people left and fucking right.
But he was an evil dickhole.
He was a dick, 100%. He was a dick, a slaver. He was not a. I'm not saying he was a great guy. Just chopping off fucking limbs and leaving children there. Yeah, he's kind of a scumbag, but pretty cool character.
Nah,
like
you have to like Count Dooku. Christopher Lee played him. Christopher Lee was an amazing actor.
just chopping off fucking Anakin's limbs. Like, oh, you want to fight me? Chop, 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 chop.
Yeah, no
Bitch.
problem. Scrub.
Oh, you want to see the forbidden art, bitch? You're not allowed to use that. That's forbidden. I'm evil. Like,
You think that's gonna
fucking
stop
limbs
me?
off. Garbage.
So a little bit of more old news. Since I don't know how old it is actually, because this stuff is still going on in the news. Because I saw some other headlines about Amber Heard wanting to retry the case because one of the jurors was bad or something, so they wanted to file for I don't think it was malpractice. It was mistrial. They wanted to file for a mistrial and go through the whole thing again. And anyway, before all that, Johnny Depp was ordered to pay the ACLU for document procurement. So the ACLU apparently had to come up with 1,900 documents that they. Holy shit! It thundered over my end. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
That was a loud ass motherfucker. So
Your house got hit
anyway,
by lightning.
yeah, I was just like, what? But anyway, the ACLU apparently had to find 1,900 documents that they wanted subpoenaed for this case. And they said that it took a significant amount of time and effort on their part to procure those resources. So they were asking for $68,000 to pay them for the procurement of these documents.
That's pretty fair. That's not bad.
Um,
When you won $15 million, that's you want 68,000? Here you go.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
fucked. He
I
just
don't
got
know.
offered. Did he just get offered $300 million for Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't think he's going to be tripping too much about $68,000.
I don't know. I don't know what a fair price for procuring 1,900 documents would be. I imagine that it did take a lot of time because you had to find 1,900 documents. But Johnny Depp's legal team said the price is exorbitant, and apparently a judge agreed because they reduced the price tag to $38,000. They just cut that in half, and then it's good.
Really?
So
I think that's a fair price. Like you got to pay them an hourly wage, and who knows how long it took them to find them.
And in all reality, with all this shit going on in the world right now, this is kind of a dumb story. Okay, Judge cut from 68,000 to 38,000.
So
Take
I've
it,
been
you
watching
know.
this podcast that's called "Are You Garbage?"
Mm-hmm.
And it basically go through a topic of questions to find out if you're a piece of shit or not.
Oh.
So like they would ask like questions like, do you use a bidet when you after you take a shit? So we were like, no, and it's like, okay, well that's fair. Not many people have a bidet. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like then they would ask you questions like, here's one I kind of liked that I wrote down. Have you or anyone you've known ever claimed to have seen any UFOs?
I mean, there are things that I've seen in the sky that I questioned. You know, I was like, I'm not
Well,
sure what it was.
start to-
A lot of times it was probably just satellites, but I mean, still at the same time, you know.
I seen some shit that moves pretty fucking quick. I'm like, what the fuck? That wasn't moving a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're pieces of shit. That's basically what that means.
Oh, because we think we might have seen a
It's just
UFO.
like a trashy thing. I guess.
Man, I
I
don't
don't
know.
fucking know.
I don't know. I mean, like, if I were to claim it and like nothing actually happened, like I was just trying to have a cool story, then yeah, I'd be a
Hmm.
piece of trash. But I mean, like, people who legitimately think they saw something,
Trash.
trash. No excuse. It's all trash.
Have you ever see someone commit a crime and you snitch them out? You're garbage. You see shit you weren't supposed to see? Trash. Fair enough.
Now, like, if I see someone stealing from Walmart or something, I'm probably not going to tell on them. I don't give a shit. But
Is that trash? Huh?
for stealing or for not telling,
For not telling.
I don't know.
Well, stealing is
Honestly,
definitely trash.
I
It's not
mean,
your
I
business.
guess it
At the end
really
of the day,
depends on why.
at the end of the day, it's really not your business either way. I see it.
Yeah, that's
I was raised in a shitty neighborhood, so mind your fucking business is kind of a
law of the land.
yeah,
Mind
it's
your
kind
fucking
of mind
business.
your fucking. You saw some shit, you didn't see it, bitch. All right.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, especially if someone's stealing a TV, that's one thing. Maybe
How the
I'd tell on
fuck
them.
would you steal a TV?
People do it all the time. People apparently
How?
just walk out with them. And you know,
Well,
Walmart employees are not allowed to interfere with someone leaving anymore because it could get dangerous. You know.
for who? The last time remember they choked that motherfucker out for a fucking box of bubblegum or something like that?
Yeah, but I think some Walmart associates have been like shot or stabbed at some point for trying to stop someone from leaving. You know, like so I think
If you work at Walmart, you don't get paid enough to put your life on the line.
no, hell no, you
You get
don't.
paid $12 an hour and minimum
It's like
wage is
just
15.
let that dangerous person leave.
Yeah, he's stealing.
Yeah,
You want him to steal your fucking life?
yeah,
Is that what
and
you
it's not like something weird. He's like stealing a TV. You know, if I see someone like walking out with some food or something, I'm just like whatever. I don't.
take some bread. Here,
Yeah,
throw some bread. Steal some bread for them here.
here, take some of mine
Motherfucker.
with you too.
Take some of my
But
groceries.
but if they're stealing some shit that's obviously like not for feeding their family or something,
What if they stealing the TV to sell to feed their family because they make more money off the TV than they would off a loaf of bread?
I don't know. That seems like more of a tweaker move than anything. I've seen a
Oh,
lot of
dude,
people who are
so many
tweakers
tweakers. Oh,
steal shit like
I
that.
love tweakers are fun to talk to, but once they start getting a little aggressive, it starts becoming dangerous quickly.
Yeah, my wife had to deal with a lot of like drug addicts and stuff
Did your wife work at like
in
a
animal
animal
shelter.
shelter?
Yeah, she worked for animal rescue and animal control in a uh,
And
a
she
fairly
dealt with
larger city.
crackheads?
Yeah, there's crackheads all over the place.
Well, I know. Well, no shit. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The fact that she's dealing with crackheads in an animal shelter.
Well, it
Fucking
wasn't like
crackheads
at
aren't
the animal
animal.
shelter. It's like when she's out on the road or something.
Oh,
Like when
was she like a dog catcher?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's what you should have said. I thought okay. So I've talked to Amanda and she gave what I thought was she was one of the people that like sat behind the desk and like filled out like the animal paperwork. Like, oh, where do you live? And this is your
Yeah.
address. This is the
She,
chip. Da-da-da-da.
she,
That's what I thought she did.
she did that some days, but like the majority of the officers would go out and like actually catch
Oh, I didn't
animals
know
that have been
I didn't,
called on or whatever.
I didn't know she was I didn't know she was an officer. I thought she like I said, I thought she was like a receptionist
Yeah.
or like
She
a
had
front
a
desk
she had
person.
a badge and everything.
How official is the badge? Is it like it's like a pretty solid badge?
Yeah, it's an official badge and like yeah, it's solid.
What kind of rights do the animal patrol people have?
What do you
Like,
mean rights?
can
Like
you like,
you mean like
can you
benefits?
no, 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 no. Not so much benefits, but can you chase like a dog into someone else's yard?
No,
Okay, so that's what I was kind of
no.
wondering.
Like there's certain situations where they can go into somebody's yard, but most of the time that's a no. You know,
Okay.
like they're not allowed to. You know, because that's a Fourth Amendment thing, where that would constitute an illegal search.
Okay.
Mm. So you
Okay.
know, you have to be careful about stuff like that, like going onto private property and stuff as a public servant.
Okay. I
Um,
didn't know
uh,
that. Did you ever get bit by a dog?
uh, I don't think she ever got bit. She got bit at the shelter that she worked at before she went to animal control, but it wasn't like anything. It wasn't like it didn't break her skin or anything, but it was enough of a bite to where they had to deal with the dog, you know.
Oof.
Like but it was a dog that had a previous history of being
Abused
um
and shit.
yeah, and it just wasn't adapting to a more loving environment. Like it was just mean all the time.
I love
So
myself a mean
it was
dog.
one of those things where the shelter had to make that hard decision because they prefer not to, you know, put down animals if they can help it. But you know, every
Yeah.
once in a while there comes an animal that you just can't do anything with, that won't respond to training, that won't respond to anything, and just will lash out at everything. And unfortunately, those kind of animals are dangerous to put into people's homes that are looking to adopt a dog. You know, especially since that a lot of that liability will come back to the shelter. You know, if the shelter releases that animal and they're like, "This dog's good to go," you know, it'll be a good addition to your family, and then the turns around and mauls somebody, you know, that liability comes back to the shelter, and they can't really have that.
Crazy.
So I know you're from Arizona. I'm here in Arkansas.
You're from Arizona too, though, bud.
I've lived in Arizona for a little while, so I have an opinion on this particular topic. But um, is dry heat or humidity worse?
um, I mean, humidity makes me sweat more, but I think the heat burns more.
You think dry heat burns more?
hmm I think it like dry heat's hot, but humidity just makes me sweat.
Yeah. So the reason why you can tell a difference is because your sweat is evaporating in dry heat.
Mm,
So you're probably sweating the same amount,
you're
but
not cooling down.
yeah, well, no, you're cooling down. That's what sweat's for.
Well,
When you
yeah, so
sweat
sweat's
a
for it, but if
yeah.
your sweat fucking evaporates.
No, that's exactly what it does. It's supposed to evaporate. That's why that's what cools you because it is a chemical reaction, not a chemical, but a state reaction. When sweat cools, when sweat evaporates, it requires energy, and the energy that it requires is heat. So it consumes heat and evaporates, and that's what cools you down.
Ta-da.
If the sweat just stays on you, that doesn't help you at all.
Really, I feel like when I throw water in my face, I feel like it's a lot cooler.
That's because the water is evaporating. It's like you're what simulating sweat.
And when you in humidity, the sweat doesn't go away.
It doesn't evaporate as fast. It makes it harder for you to sweat effectively.
So what's worse? Do you think humidity then?
Humidity, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is it's fucking hot either fucking way. It's been raining, so now these fucking bastards in Florida, they're like, oh, it gets 80 fucking degrees down here, but it's humid. I'm like, bro, it's 110 with 80 fucking percent humidity. It's fucking, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, that's actually like dangerous as shit. 110 with 80% humidity is like dangerous as
Like so,
fuck
like so,
because you
like
can't cool
tomorrow.
down.
Or tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is gonna be 110 degrees. It rains all around us, but doesn't rain actually in the what I would call it the fucking whatever the fuck we are, like the valley,
Hmm.
I guess is what they call us because we're between mountains. 45% humidity at 110-degree weather.
Yeah, that's awful. That's awful.
So, so they're gonna like Florida. Let's go look at Florida's weather real quick because they're the ones who always bitch about, oh, it's humid as fuck. Florida weather, it's probably more humid, but it's Yeah, so tomorrow it's gonna be 81 degrees,
Yeah.
right? With 70% humidity. We're 110 at 48, so it's
I
still
don't
gonna.
know. Orlando's getting up to 95, but
Well, I'm looking at. I just typed in Florida, so I don't know where it bases. It might be Miami. I have no idea.
it's not 110, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it was Miami. Miami's hotter.
81% humidity though.
Mine shows 70%.
In Miami, I'm looking at 89 degrees, 81% humidity.
Really? Okay, mine's showing something completely different. I'm showing 89 degrees with 70% humidity, and then tomorrow is going to be 90 degrees with 65% humidity.
But
Either way, it's fucking hot as fuck here.
yeah.
It doesn't. I don't give a fuck. All I know is my fucking room is facing the fucking sun like half the fucking day, so I just start sweating my fucking ass off. I don't give a fuck if it's humid or fucking not.
Yeah. But that's one of the interesting things about sweating for humans in general is that's part of what made us the apex species was not necessarily our brains, which is a big part of it, but because sweating allowed us to do something called persistence hunting. I don't know if you've ever seen persistence hunting or not, but
Where
basically
we could run longer than other animals can, which is kind of weird when you think about it.
it's because we can sweat. We can stay moving for much longer periods of time. Like we're like the ultimate cross country runners. You wouldn't be able to tell by looking at Americans in general, but
Yeah,
but,
I
but
I ain't
humans
running.
in general.
I ain't no fucking Usain Bolt. I'm telling you that right fucking now. I ain't catching
Well,
nothing.
to be fair, Usain Bolt was a sprinter, but
I'm not. I'm just talking shit. That motherfucker.
but but that's apparently one of the things that made us such a successful species is because of our ability to persistence hunt. Just fucking run shit down
I
until it's
figured
too tired to run.
I figured our strongest, yeah, because most animals they say they could run a max of like 23 miles away before they have to like fucking collapse.
Hmm.
But
And most other animals don't sweat. They have to cool themselves off differently. Like horses sweat, and there's like one or two other species that sweat, but humans are like pretty unique in the sweat
I
department.
figured our strongest like our asset would be like us using tools
Yeah, that's part of it too.
because
Opposable thumbs were a big part of it.
even like back then when we had to chase down whatever the fuck we were chasing down, we had spears and bow and arrows and fucking rocks.
Yeah,
Like my dad said when he was stationed in fucking I forgot where it was some country. He said he's like people were worried about getting shot at, whatever, that's stupid. These bastards get a fucking rock and take your fucking head off with it. And he's like from like a block away. He's like it wasn't even a joke. They're pinpoint accurate with these fucking rocks. They can take your head
just
off them.
generations and generations of fast pitch baseball players.
Just take your fucking head off with a rock. Could you imagine being more scared of a rock than a fucking bullet? Like you're sitting there chilling, all of a sudden you're bam.
I could see it.
Fucking take your head straight fucking off. I'm like,
Ah.
that's terrifying.
But, speaking of heat, apparently the UK is expecting thousands of people to die in a heat wave. They're saying that in England that there's what they're calling a level 4 heat wave, and they declared a national emergency. And you're probably going to laugh at the degree that they're talking about here, but they're expecting temperatures of up to 104 degrees.
Oh shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hot. But you
Yeah.
figured if it was that big of an emergency, pop open that castle real quick and turn the air conditioning down to 40 degrees, you'd be good to go.
That's the problem is a lot of the houses aren't equipped with air conditioning because they never get that hot. So
Oh.
they're looking at a heat wave where they don't have the infrastructure to effectively cool domiciles to a point
I
where
bet you
they're
motherfuckers
safe.
start talking shit now you don't get ice to your fucking sodas, huh?
Hmm.
You never heard that shit? That like European countries don't give ice with their soft drinks?
Oh, a lot of them don't.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
in Germany, like ice was not really an option in
Bet
your
you wish you had
McDonald's
some
drinks.
I bet you wish you had some fucking ice now. England. You
The- Damn.
Oh, you're better than us how? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my fucking air conditioning unit. You bitch. 110. We do that weekly. Actually, you know what's probably all week. Yeah, I better look at that now that you brought it up. I'm talking all this shit, but hold up.
Jokes aside, we hope all of you are safe.
Yeah, obviously.
Is that napalm? Jesus Christ, Steven.
Steven, this is the second time you blew yourself up in that room. The
And
HOA
not
is not
in
going to
the
keep.
good way.
The HOA is not going to keep accepting this as a. Oh god. Any more news?
Oh.
Any more news on that group? By the way,
Patriot Front? Nah, they did it like a march somewhere, but like nothing.
March.
Yeah, they marched somewhere,
They got pretty cool.
and
They got cool shields. That's about it.
their cosplay shields.
Yeah, I wish I had the time to make some pretty dope fucking Patriot Front shields. I hang that shit in my
That's
room.
how you know those guys are living in their mom's basements because they have time to do just like elaborate arts and crafts.
What's it called? Patriot? What again?
Patriot Front.
That group just sounds stupid. That name. Or the Patriot Front. Front of what?
Front of Patriots.
Remember they had the flags like upside down like a bunch of idiots? I was
Yeah.
like, you don't have the flags upright. How are you gonna call yourself a
You calling yourself a patriot and you won't even adhere to flag code?
maybe do you think they do that on purpose?
They probably do.
Look at this. Hold up. Like we're gonna get caught up by fucking a group and be like, why do these guys keep looking at Patriot Front memes?
Why are they making fun of
Like
us?
they're not even using like the right flags, and then like most of them are upright, but some of them are upside down.
I don't know, man.
Like they're using a flag that was made in like the fucking 1800s. Like, what are you doing?
We liked it better when slavery was legal.
We liked it better when there was only 10 states, not 50. We only recognize the 10 states because we haven't been in high school yet and learned that there was more than 10 states.
We liked it better when women couldn't vote.
Well, we liked it better when women could sew flags but couldn't vote. Jesus Christ! Look at their Captain America shields. They didn't even color them this time.
They didn't even color them this time.
Yeah, they're like clear plastic.
Oh no!
You guys are going downhill quick. You guys are all wearing khakis.
This is.
They're not even wearing like military pants. They're wearing khakis.
Come on, guys! Let's put on our school uniforms.
We all go to the ASU.
Lordy.
All these guys are just working office job at the same place, like in Bank of America or something, and that's why they wear blues and whites.
So that one guy's got his elbow like cocked straight out at 90 degrees from his fucking pole, like he's super officially carrying his flag.
You could tell this dude was one of those like flag twirlers in high school. His claim to fame is getting a scholarship for flag twirling.
He's so mad. You're disrespecting a future U.S. Army soldier.
You're ROTC. Dude, ROTC at my school when it was a fucking joke. They were trying to pick up so for football, they had this like 110, 180 pound fucking tire, like a big old fat ass tractor tire that was just fucking stupid heavy. And so what the ROTC people at our school would do is they would flood the football field in like mud, and then they would like basically do like it was like once a year they would have like a boot camp, which was the dumbest shit I ever seen in my entire life. I ditched class to watch it. So I stuck out of class and I sat by the gate and I was watching these dudes like grown ass well, I can't say adults because they're teenagers. And they're running through the mud and like they're just covered in fucking mud for no fucking reason. And I'm like sitting there like, what are you doing? And then like this one little girl, she was a fucking idiot. I don't know what this dumb bitch thought, but one of the things they had to do was when they ran, like they did like crawls underneath like barbed wire or what they called barbed wire, and they were covered in fucking mud. Comes up and she starts trying to pick up this fucking 180 pound tire. This chick weighed 80 pounds. So she gets it up high enough to where it's over like where her body was supposed to be, and then she drops it on herself.
Oh
and
no!
Just destroyed her fucking leg. And then it was the worst part is that 8 other people who all weighed probably altogether about maybe like 180 pounds because they're all really scrawny white guys. And they try picking up this fucking tire and they can't pick it up. So this chick is screaming. I'm sitting there behind the gate like, oh my fucking god. And then all these kids are running over trying to pick this tire up, but they can't pick it up either because it's sliding in the fucking mud. So they're falling and sliding and they're just fucking this like kid up more. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And eventually, like this dude who's like their sergeant or whatever he is, hopefully I don't know if he's an actual military guy or not, goes out there and like picks it up and then they call like an ambulance. I'm like, wow. So you guys weren't embarrassing before. This just made it way worse.
That's insane. What
It
the
was
fuck?
pretty bad. Pretty bad. It was still I don't know what the fuck these people were thinking.
I was gonna say something about the ROTC program at my school, but that just fucking
Yeah, it
that's
was
way
even
worse than
embarrassing.
anything I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, ROTC was a joke at my school too, and I went to a military school, so I mean,
That is annoying. That's funny though. That's funny and annoying at the same time. I can see why you'd be upset about that. Do you want to try to read some of these fucking amazing Amazon reviews? Speaking of reviews,
oh, we can
or
do
do you,
that.
or do you have more topics still?
I only had one more thing that I saw
Okay,
on
let's bring it
Reddit
up.
that
Bring it up.
I
Bring
thought
it
was
up.
interesting.
Bring
Okay,
it up.
I don't know if we'll use this or not because it's abortion related, and I was trying to stay
Oh,
away
you know
from
what?
that.
You know what? You know what? I actually have an abortion joke. That's the joke that's gonna make you hate me.
Okay. So I found this post on Reddit, and this looks like Facebook. So someone said, "A fetus is the same as a human. Life begins at conception. If you support abortion, you are a murderer. Unfriend me." Okay,
Okay.
that's a sentiment that a lot of people have.
Okay.
The person replying to it that said, though, "If you believe life begins at conception, I have a thought experiment I'd like to do with you. You are currently in a fertility clinic, and the fire alarm goes off. As you run towards the exit, you hear someone screaming from inside a room. You open the door, and before you is a terrified 5-year-old standing in front of a table. The table has a container on it with the label 1,000 viable human embryos. You can A, pick up the child and help them escape, or B, pick up the container of embryos and escape. Smoke is rising and you are starting to choke, and if you don't pick one and leave now, you are all going to die. Which one do you pick?"
Embryos.
You pick the embryos
I hate
over.
children.
Oh my god! So you're gonna save 1,000 of
Embryos.
them?
Embryos. Embryos. No, no. I'm gonna save the embryos and then I'm gonna throw them in the trash when I go outside.
So you kill all of them.
All of them die at the end. Child,
The
if the kid's
original
old enough,
commenter.
the kid's old enough to walk. He knows the way. Just if you're too dumb to follow, that's natural selection.
So the original commenter, their only reply to this was "fuck you."
See, that's a stupid man then. So you gotta go my route. If the kid's too dumb to fucking figure out how to walk, then that's natural selection. That's like that's like a cub like drowning or some stupid shit. That's the cub's fault.
I think Larry would pick up the 5-year-old and run.
you you have way too much faith in me, son. That fire's coming near here. Because with my luck, I'll pick the kid up and the kid would start freaking out and put us both in fucking danger. Kids are stupid. Okay, so this is the joke that I had that you're probably not gonna like. So how does a doctor become an abortion doctor?
How?
I don't know. That was it. That was the question. Like what like what do you have to like? You go in there, like, you know what? I want to work with children, but after the fact, in a different way. I'll work with children differently, you know. And
Okay.
that was the joke. That was funny. I was like so in my thought process before I made this joke up, I was sitting there in bed after I heard the ghost tapping on my desk. And I was like, and it popped in my head was, how the fuck does what goes through a doctor's brain to be like, you know what? I want to be an abortion clinic doctor. What's the thought process in that?
I think most of them are just OBGYNs.
It's not a specific field they go into?
No.
You don't think so? Let's look it up. I gotta look into it now. Hold up. Why am I doing it on my phone? I have a fucking computer right here. What classes does an abortion doctor need to take? Because the whole point of an abortion doctor is getting rid of the issue.
Yeah,
But
but most OBGYNs know how to do that. Like it's
you think so?
literally yeah, it's like it's
So
it's not even
what makes them apply for like the like better? What's the fucking group called that does the abortions?
Planned
There's a
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. What
Yeah,
makes them
Planned
go like
Parenthood
I want that to
doesn't
be
do
my
just abortions.
no no no
Planned Parenthood does a
no no no
lot
no.
of
No. I know what Planned Parenthood does. I know how the fucking shit works. I'm just curious, like what makes them think like you know what? Let's go ahead and work at this place, and we know what we're gonna be doing. They didn't really have okay. I didn't think they were gonna have a topic on that, so that's lame. Anyway, that was my joke. I thought it was funny. All right, let's go look at these Amazon shits real quick.
Amazon.
Hold up. Funniest Amazon. I think the last thing we're on was the fist blaster or some stupid shit like that.
Oh yeah, the 41 most hilarious Amazon reviews ever. Yep.
This book sucks. The belly button was there the entire time.
Okay, yeah, we were at the accoutrement horse head mask.
Was that the one? I thought we were at the fucking the
The knuckle
knuckle
blaster?
blaster 950,000 volt
Did we
stun
not read
gun.
that one last time?
No,
Oh, okay. So this
you said it was
person,
too long.
not actually Steve, purchased a knuckle blaster 950,000 volt stun gun.
I'm starting to think that dude's name is Steve.
I'm starting to think that too. Not actually Steve. We're on to you.
We're on to your bullshit.
I purchased this after I was confronted by some punks demanding that I hand over my money. I'm a relatively fit guy, but I was no match for them. That is when I realized that I need to protect myself. The day after I bought this product, when I went to the very same Walmart parking lot when I was first mugged, I approached the group of hooligans standing outside the entrance, concealing my secret
Hooligans.
weapon. I coolly asked, "Remember me?" One of them looked up and said, "Have you come back to buy some Samoas or Thin Mints? My Girl Scout troop needs to raise more money." I replied with, "You're not taking my money this time." "But sir, they're delicious," he said. I whipped out my knuckle blaster stun gun hand and shouted, "Wrong move, bitch." The 5 Girl Scouts ran away screaming. As I pounded my chest in victory, I accidentally activated the stun gun and applied 950,000 volts to my right nipple. I woke up 4 hours later to the sound of heavy footsteps. Those Girl Scouts had brought their fathers. But I was ready. I lunged at the largest one with a cry of "Raggle Fraggle" and hit him in the stomach. He hit the ground harder than a fat kid on a jungle gym. As the others began to circle around me, I changed techniques. Holding both of my hands in tight fists, I raised my arms to my sides and initiated the helicopter spin. They all backed off, fearing my impressive RPM. After a while, I started getting dizzy. One of the fathers decided to try and tackle me. As he ran to me, stood there, dizzy and queasy. Time was getting real slow. Then I remembered I had eaten lunch at Chipotle and the burrito was fighting its way back up to my stomach. I turned towards my enemy and launched a stream of projectile vomit at him, knocking him to the floor. Then I started singing, "Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor." I grabbed my knuckle blaster stun gun and shoved it into my mouth, running headfirst at my foes, electrocuting them with my teeth. Eventually, they were all unconscious, and I walked home victorious. Amazing. Not actually, Steve. I wonder why he gave that a 4-star review if he had such an amazing time with it.
Yeah, that's easily a 5-star review if you ask
Easily
me.
5 stars. You beat up a bunch of Girl Scouts and their dads.
Watch their dads up.
And got a jolt to the nipple as a bonus.
Some people pay money for that kind of fucking pleasure.
They really do.
I'm some people.
Take my money. Shock me vigorously.
It shocked me, daddy.
Accoutrements horsehead mask. 5-star review titled Saved My Life by John Neal. When I turned state's witness, they didn't have enough money to put me into a witness protection program, so they bought me this mask and gave me a list of suggested places to move. Since then, I've lived my life in peace and safely knowing that my old identity is forever obscured by this life-saving item. You don't need witness protection, criminals or ex-criminals. All you need is a horse head mask.
Jesus Christ.
Well done.
HDE USB wall charger, LED light up 4-port travel AC power adapter charging hub with interchange.
Wow. That's a fucking mouthful. 5-star review for 4 ports by Daniel. My wife and I can now charge all of our devices simultaneously. Now all we fight about is her crippling alcoholism and my unhealthy obsession with Dakota Fanning.
Jesus Christ.
So that's the kind of things people fight about now.
Who's
that they
Dakota
don't have to fight
Fanning?
about wall chargers. She's previous. I don't know. She was a child actor. I don't know what Dakota Fanning is doing these days. She's no longer a child.
No shit.
I don't think she's doing movies anymore. Oh yeah, she is.
She's on a red carpet. She better be doing fucking something.
She's on the Ripley TV show.
I've never heard of it.
She's on a TV series called The First Lady.
Never heard of that either.
Yeah, I haven't. I've literally not watched any of these. Okay, she was in Ocean's 8, but I didn't watch Ocean's 8.
Either.
Oh, she was in Oat Studios. Okay, I did watch that one.
Yay! You did it.
Yay!
You
Watch
did
one from
it.
2017.
Yeah.
She's apparently going to be in a movie called The Nightingale. And then The Equalizer 3.
Equalizer 3. Oh, actually, Equalizer I've heard of.
Yeah, so that's going to be a Denzel Washington movie, so I probably will watch that one.
You have to.
You have to watch Denzel. I mean, like, if Denzel movie comes out, you must watch it. In fact, every time a Denzel Washington movie is released, they should declare that a national holiday so you can go watch it. By law, you must watch this. You must watch Denzel Washington. Okay, so the next review, the Kegel Smart Kegel Pelvic Floor Exerciser, plus a free app with purchase.
It looks like a grenade.
It does look kind of like a grenade. 5-star review by Monica. I've always wanted the NSA to know how strong my Kegel muscles were.
All right.
Hey, NSA, you know now the kind of data that you collect.
Don't fuck with this bitch. You don't get your...
She'll snap your fucking dick off. Have you ever watched that fucking Key and Peele skit?
What's a Kegel?
A Kegel is it's an exercise you do to strengthen like your insides.
I'm looking right now. Hold up.
Oh no. Larry doesn't know what a Kegel is, guys. I'm going to look it up too because I definitely know what it is, but
prevent or control urinary inconsistence and other pelvic floor problems. What the fuck? My pelvic floor muscles?
Mm-hmm. Which you wouldn't have pelvic floor muscles, I don't think. For
it says guys.
It
says
guys, I guess you could.
Your pelvic floor muscles.
Yes, you do.
But
can also prevent the accidental passing of poop.
What? Who has accidental passing of poop?
I don't know. Not
Who
me.
shits themselves that accurately, that often is what I meant to say. Jesus Christ.
So anyway, Kegels. Zenith's Men 96.0529.4035/51.m Defy Extreme Tourbillon Titanium Chronograph Watch.
That's a mouthful. Save 58,000. What a deal.
Zishan says, I wasn't going to buy this watch, but then I noticed Amazon had it for $58,000 off. What a deal. With the money I saved, I purchased a brand new BMW and still had money left over for a Disney vacation. How many watches save you money to buy a car on a vacation? Now, whenever I see someone with money troubles, I tell them to buy this watch and save $58,000. I am considering buying 10 of these watches so I can save $580,000 and buy a house on cash. Retirement saving is also no longer a concern for me as I plan to buy one every year and live off the $58,000 I save. This is what I think every time I see something about coupons or whatever. It's like, oh, we can get it for so cheap. We're still spending money.
The coupons. My mom used to get was one of those like aggressive couponers. So she would like coupon, and we'd have so much shit we never needed.
Yeah.
We had like 20 bags of cereal that we never ate.
I know some people that do extreme couponing and then they sell the stuff that they get for
That's
like
smart.
for like slightly under retail price, so that people are coming to them and buying it slightly under retail. So but they only paid like pennies on a dollar for all the shit that they got.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
I don't know if you. I don't know if you could resell your savings.
I don't know.
Alright.
The Holy Bible. Yeah, the King James Version. 3 stars, a decent sophomore effort by W. Christian. Ironic Christian. For those of you who don't know, this is God's second novel after the Old Testament. It's a marked improvement, in my opinion. He got rid of a lot of his previous angst and scorn, and has really begun to show some of the maturity present in his later works. He's become a much more loving and kind God, and noticeably, he doesn't throw nearly as many tantrums as he did in the first book. That said, there's still vast room for improvement. Plot-wise, there isn't really much suspense, and the story can be incredibly repetitive. In like 4 chapters, he just rewords the same basic story over and over again. To top that off, he puts those chapters one right after the other like we wouldn't notice. I like the whole Jesus character, but let's face it, the whole good guy martyr thing has been done before, and there's no need to devote so much of the book to that guy. If you're really looking for a good God read, check out the Quran or the Book of Mormon. They're much more polished, plus the storytelling in the Book of Mormon is wild. Some people say it goes too far, and I point to it as evidence that God's over the hill, but I beg to differ. Just read it. God's like a genius or something. I mean, magic spectacles? Tell me that isn't awesome. I don't know how he dreams up some of this crap.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking funny reading it like that. I was like, good sophomore effort. His second book was decent.
Second book was better.
Not as much entertainment value as the Book of Mormon, though.
The movie sucked. The book is better.
Oh, shit.
Live adaptation, Netflix.
Live adaptation. The Mountain 3 Wolf Moon short sleeve t-shirt. 5-star review, great compliment for my skin art by Overlook 1977. Unfortunately, I already had this exact picture tattooed on my chest, but this shirt is very useful in colder weather. Yes, the three wolves howling at the moon.
I wish he would had like he took a photo of his chest to show that it was the exact same. I'd be like, oh, okay. He wasn't fucking with us.
It's like the all the memes of the guy taking his sunglasses off and there's another pair of sunglasses just like it underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Zippo 4-ounce lighter fluid. It delivers what it promises, 5 stars. It's a can of lighter fluid. It's flammable. There's 4 ounces of it. Do you want 4 ounces of flammable lighter fluid? Then this is the product for you.
It's literally what it says it is.
It's like, imagine... Oh, this is where we are now, where a review that talks about how a product is exactly what it is funny.
LG 105 UC9V 5K Ultra HD 3D Smart LED TV 105. Apparently, there are cheaper options on the market.
1-star review by Barry. My wife left me after I used our retirement fund and her inheritance money from her mom to buy this TV. The kids only visit me once a month now, but think it's cool. Does look very out of place in my new 1-bed council flat, though.
Someone responded with, how much was it?
Bought a
How
damn
much?
TV.
How much did it cost?
100K to 260K? What?
Wait, what?
Someone said they did a quick search and it ranges from $100,000 to $260,000 for a TV.
What's the resale value on that?
Hell no.
Let's see.
All right, give me a second. I gotta go pee.
There's no way this TV's that expensive. It's $1,000. They're tripping. That was quick.
Yeah, I just had to pee. My dog's are a fucking idiot too. So just barks at every fucking thing that moves in the house.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a chow mix.
Oh, Chow Chow?
Yeah, well,
Those
she's
are-
a mix, so she's only a little bit chow.
Oh, I wanted to get a Chow Chow. Those things are too fucking big, and apparently they're dicks.
They can be. They're either like the most loyal dog you'll ever have, or they're dickholes.
Well, I heard
This
they're
one-
I heard they're like, what's the fucking word? They just think they're better than you.
She definitely, Maple definitely gives that air. I'm better than you. I'm gonna bark at everything that moves in this house, even though the sound originated from inside the house.
Said it was a dog, not a genius, man.
No, I walk out of my living room and she's just like immediately pissed off that I'm moving. But
What about you go ahead and sit the fuck down, sir?
all right, so number 33, the Miter Ace recreational football. Ball is shipped deflated. 1 star, flat as by Michael. Sorry, I received a flat ball.
Jesus Christ.
We should have content for days.
All right. Well, I'm Larry.
I'm James.
And this has been Simply Evil Podcast. Thanks for watching.